Alright, what's up YouTube? This is your boy Alex, and yes, I am going into the restroom to do a YouTube video. Alright, I'm doing a YouTube video because I got an email notification that if your channel's been inactive for about a year or 2 years or something like that, you're supposed to put it on inactive so they can know that your channel is inactive. So I'm going to be making some new content videos on this channel. I'll be talking about the usual stuff, television, filmmaking. We'll probably talk about some movie reviews, television reviews, something that's new so this channel doesn't get, it's not going to get terminated because they said they'll delete the photos, but sometimes your channel can get terminated. And I had just dropped a video on here like 2 months ago, so I don't know why they're not, finding out, but that's life. All right, this YouTube video is going to be called Sex Game, Self-Motivation versus Motivation. Now, what is self-motivation? Self-motivation is when you find the power and the courage to do things on your own without people's help. Self-motivation can be anything. Self-motivation could be sports. It could be your passion. Self-motivation could be something that you had when you was in high school or in college. Self-motivation is actually a part of self-improvement. So this is actually going to be part 1 in my new series of self-motivation versus motivation. See, motivation is when you play basketball, football, or baseball in high school and college, and you need your teachers, your mentors, your parents, and your grandparents to motivate you to pass all your classes in high school and college, and then ultimately graduate from high school and college. Self-motivation is when you don't really need anybody's help and you can do things all by yourself. Like once upon a time when I used to go to Planet Fitness, I used to always need the help of bodybuilders and weightlifters because I would be bench pressing and leg squatting 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds. And they would always sit me down and explain to me, you're moving too fast, you're picking up too much weight. You could hurt yourself and sustain a lot of injuries. And if you sustain a lot of injuries, you're not going to recover and you're not going to get any bigger or any stronger if you do too much. When somebody teaches you something, it might take 2 years, might take 4 years, it could take 5. Some cases, it can take 10 years. That's motivation. Self-motivation is when you figure out how to do stuff by yourself. Like, you ever wonder why somebody would fix their own car and not go to a car mechanic? Well, so I decided that I'm going to start dropping these YouTube videos onto my old YouTube channels so that way YouTube can see that these videos are active. So I have to do it at least 5 or 6 videos because 1 video, 2 video, 3 videos is not going to be enough. I'm going to have to drop at least 6 to 7, probably 10 videos before they see this is an active channel. It's been inactive for it's only been active for about a year. So I don't know how they figured that after 1 year is an inactive channel when I dropped the video on here 2 months ago. So gotta delete some old content and put some new content on here. So the title of this YouTube video is going to be called Sex Game, Self-Motivation versus Motivation. Now, self-motivation is where you're in the real world. You have a house, a car, a job, and you're by yourself. You have to learn how to motivate yourself to pay your bills, your utilities. You can't always depend on people for help because when you depend on people to help you, 99.99%, they're not always there to help you. You might have your car break down. You might need somebody's help. Now you can't get nobody to help you fix a car. Your truck might have broke down. So now you got to fix your own car, your own truck, your own motorcycle. Translation, that's self-motivation. Or you might need help losing weight and you don't have no personal trainer. So now you might have to become your own personal trainer. That's self-motivation. So this is like a small video introduction into the series. Part one is usually the boring video. Part two is where it gets more fun and more exciting. I'm only doing this because they send me an email explaining to me that if your channel goes past, a year or 2 years inactive, you're going to have to either make it, either put it in the list of inactive or actually continue making content. So I'd rather go with the second option, and that's continue content. We got some content coming up this Sunday where it will be in broad daylight, daytime, and it won't be at the last minute rush. This is a rushed video. So I'm going to have to put it on my other channel, because if they send me an email to this channel, it's only a matter of time before they get to my other channels that have been inactive, because they don't know if I'm using those channels or not. And I have to abide by the rules of the terms of service or I can get terminated. You do know what happens if you type my name up 10 times, Alexander Odin, and you can't find that channel no more, because if it's inactive, then it's taking up space, and if it's taking up space, it has to go. And this channel, I'm not ready for this channel to go, because it's only 1 year old, and YouTube got the new rules, and they got to follow them new rules. But at the same time, I might come back to these channels and drop some new content and see if anybody's interested in watching the new content. So this is just part one. I apologize that it's a rushed video on short notice. You will not get another rushed video like this on short notice again. This was something I didn't expect. They gave me the email at the last minute, so I'm just trying to, take certain precaution. I promise the next video will talk more about what is self-motivation versus motivation, but self-motivation is that when you need something done, you have to do it yourself. You can't always depend on your parents or your grandparents for something to be taken care of. You got to take care of it yourself. You fix your own car, your own truck, your motorcycle, that's self-motivation. You doing filmmaking like I do YouTube videos. I don't need the services of going to school, because this is called self-motivation. Part two, we're going to talk about what happens. We're going to talk about the good, and we're going to talk about the bad of self-motivation versus motivation. I'm not going to do it tonight because I don't have enough time tonight, and I want to get back to sleep because I just came from the dentist. You guys probably can tell that I probably had a tooth push back, and I'm a little upset with the dentist, because when I do these videos, people do see my videos, and when these videos go viral, the first thing they're going to want to notice what's going on. So I look okay now, but you know what I mean in the future when I do videos. So I'm going to be dropping some content videos on here. We'll see. Until next time, peace.